Hey everyone, today we're checking out the new Marvel Legends Red She-Hulk, aka Betty Ross Banner. And as you all probably know, Betty became Red She-Hulk after being manipulated and exploited by Hulk's enemies, most notably MODOK, who blasted her with gamma radiation to turn her into a living weapon. Overall, the figure and packaging look fire. Up front, the word Hulk pops up with a sleek red and gray color scheme. The left side shows a dope full image of Red She-Hulk, while the right side has a close-up image of her face near the bottom. Around back, there's another awesome shot of her holding a sai and a machine gun, plus a character bio. The top of the box features a red fist, and the bottom has the usual stuff. So, when it comes to the Red She-Hulk's head sculpt, it looks amazing. The deep red skin tone really stands out, and the facial expression is mostly neutral, but still carries a confident edge. The facial structure is sharply defined, with pronounced cheekbones that add to the intensity. The hair is cleanly sculpted, with visible individual strands, and the mostly black hair color with bold red highlights makes everything pop. Moreover, the pale yellowish white eyes, sharp brow area, and black lipstick tie it all together very nicely. Overall, it's a very dope and fierce looking head sculpt, which perfectly captures her unforgiving, dangerous, and hostile persona. The torso features a crop top vest with a belt, styled to look like rugged leather with tattered edges along the bottom. The deep V-cut looks great, complemented by a clean silver zipper and a matching silver belt buckle. The sculpted texture on both the vest and belt really stands out, and the midriff shows off her muscular abs nicely. Overall, the black torn vest gives off serious combat-ready, battle-hardened vibes, fitting perfectly for Red She-Hulk, who's always ready to throw down. The muscular arms look great, and the torn black gloves really pull it together. The legs look just as solid, especially with the heavily shredded black pants and their glossy finish. Overall, it looks awesome. And the back of the figure is just as impressive too. So yeah, from the red skin tone to the fierce head sculpt and tough outfit, this figure absolutely nails Red She-Hulk's dangerous and uncontrollable look and vibe. For the accessories, here's a second head sculpt showing her in full battle rage. Teeth bared, brows deeply furrowed, and the intense eye sculpt really sell the anger. And just like the neutral head sculpt, the rich red skin tone looks great. The pale yellowish white eyes look great on this head sculpt as well, and so does the black lipstick. As for the hair, it's flowing and windswept, adding a sense of motion like she's charging into a fight, with awesome red highlights and sharp strand detail. Overall, it's a really well done head sculpt. You also get two side weapons, which look solid with a light gray color base and brown wrapping on the handles and center sections. Lastly, there are two fisted hands and two open hands, and they all look good. Alright, so here she is with the Gray She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters on the left, released in 2019 as part of the Super Squirrel Bath Wave, and the classic green Marvel Legends She-Hulk, also Jennifer Walters on the right, which was a fan channel exclusive from 2024. And as most of you probably already know, the green She-Hulk is the classic and most recognizable version, calm, highly intelligent, confident, heroic, and usually in full control of both her emotions and her strength. In Gray She-Hulk mode, Jen shifts personalities quite hard, as she's more primal, aggressive, far less restrained, and can be downright savage in a fight. Then there's Red She-Hulk, Betty Ross Banner, still intelligent, but deliberately cruel and hyper-aggressive, choosing violence with clear intent, unlike the green one's restraint or the gray one's impulsive rage. Power-wise, Red She-Hulk stands apart because she can absorb gamma energy and drain other Hulk-level beings, something neither the green one or gray one can do. The green balances power with control, while the gray version trades control for raw ferocity, and the red one combines high aggression with full awareness, making her the most intentionally dangerous of the three. As for the figures themselves, they're all the same height. Also, aside from the head sculpts, which vary quite a bit, their base body types are all essentially the same. Regarding the clothing, the one on the red version is mostly different from the other two, which we'll look at later. Next up, we'll dive into some in-depth comparisons of their head sculpts. Alright, let's start with the head sculpts, because this is where their personalities really show. Obviously, the big visual difference right at the gate is the skin tone: gray, deep red, and classic green. Starting with the gray She-Hulk, she only comes with one head sculpt, but it makes it count. Her hair is completely windswept and chaotic, capturing the wild, primal nature of this version. The primary color is black with a dark green wash, but the black hair color finish is not as dark as that on the red version. Also, her face is locked in a raging, teeth-clenched snarl, and the fully light green eyes adds to her barely contained look. Next up is Red She-Hulk, and she immediately feels more intense. Her hair is mostly jet black with bold red highlights, adding to a sharper, more aggressive presence. And while the hair is still in a neutral pose, it is much more voluminous than the others, adding to her intimidating silhouette. You can also see the hair strands very well. The expression is calm but somewhat sinister a little, and her pale yellowish white eyes push that weaponized, dangerous vibe even further. Then there's Green She-Hulk, and her primary head sculpt features dark green hair with a lighter green wash, sculpted in a more composed, neutral flow where the strand detail really comes through. Her expression is focused and confident, with a clear heroic edge that reflects Jennifer Walters' control and calmness. The green eyes tie everything together and keep that classic, confident She-Hulk look. So yeah, while all three are clearly She-Hulks, their head sculpts do a great job separating them. The gray one symbolizes pure primal rage, red is calculated, sinister, and intimidating, and green is meant to be controlled and heroic looking. Next up are the alternate angry head sculpts for the green and red She-Hulk. Starting with Green She-Hulk, the alternate head keeps the dark green hair with the lighter green wash, just like the neutral sculpt. Also, the hair is windswept. The expression is clearly angry, but it would be controlled and focused anger, as this would be Jennifer Walters using her anger without losing herself. Therefore, it would be intense but measured, especially when you compare it to the Gray She-Hulk, who represents full-on unbridled primal rage. Then there's the Red She-Hulk secondary head sculpt, as you saw earlier. The hair is windswept, mostly jet black with those red highlights, and the strand detail is still on point. The pale yellow-white eyes return, keeping that dangerous look intact. And the Red She-Hulk wouldn't use controlled anger. Instead, it would be hyper-aggressive and violent, sitting right between the restraint of the green one and the chaotic fury of the gray one, but leaning much closer to a living weapon unleashed. Moving on to the other accessories, neither the green nor the gray She-Hulk comes with side weapons like the Red She-Hulk, but the gray version does include alternate open hands, while the green version also uses the same hand sculpts, just in a different color. The Red She-Hulk, on the other hand, also has alternate hands, but both the sculpt and color scheme are completely different from the other two. When it comes to the torso and arms, all three share the same muscular, athletic body sculpt, right down to the identical ab detailing. The only real difference is the gray version, which has the light green scratch marks across the torso and arms, something the others don't have. Also, the torn shirts on the green and gray versions are basically identical, with the same rips, holes, and overall damage. And the only difference is that the green version has a white shirt, and the gray one has a light gray shirt. The red version, though, switches things up with a black cropped, rugged vest that has a belt attached and a textured finish. She also rocks black gloves, which the other two don't have. For the legs, all three use the same muscular sculpt, but obviously the skin tone is different, and the gray version also features more light green scratch marks on the legs, some the others don't have, and as you saw earlier, a light green mark is on her face too. And the torn pants are basically identical across all three, aside from the obvious color differences, as the gray one has blue pants, while the red and green one both have black pants. Then here's a view of the back of them, and that's that. So in summary, these three She-Hulk figures do an excellent job of representing different sides of gamma-powered strength. Green She-Hulk is classic and heroic, visually and thematically reflecting Jennifer Walters' controlled strength, confidence, and emotional restraint. Gray She-Hulk strips away that control, leaning into a wild, savage presentation that embodies raw, impulsive rage and barely contained power. Red She-Hulk stands apart the most, with her deep red color scheme, tactical outfits, and sinister head sculpts clearly signaling aggression, violence, and ruthless cruelty. She looks like a weapon by design. Even though all three share the same base body sculpt and scale, the different head sculpts, color finishes, and overall presentation capture each character's persona and vibe extremely well. We'll now begin viewing the figure in a series of poses. So here she is with the fisted hands and the alternate head sculpt. Then here she is with an alternate open hand and a sai. Next, here's the figure with the other alternate open hand and the other sai. Then here she is with both weapons again. And here's another view. As for the articulation, she obviously can't look up due to the hair, but she looks down this far, which is very good. The head tilt is almost non-existent, as it tilts very lightly to her left. And it turns pretty well. The arms go up well past the 90-degree angle. Full arm rotation, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, wrist swivel, and a hinge. There's a diaphragm cut, and she pivots very well. And she rotates well. She bends forward at the diaphragm a little bit, and she goes back very far. The legs go out to the sides this much. Then forward to a 90-degree angle, and they go back this far. Thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and the lower legs go back this far. The foot goes upward nicely, same as when it goes down, and a nice ankle pivot as well. As for the second head sculpt, it too can't look up due to the hair. However, it looks down very well. And it tilts a little bit. Also, it turns nicely. So yeah, after everything we've seen with this figure, it's definitely safe to say that Red She-Hulk absolutely holds her own on any shelf. The sculpt, color finish, accessories, and overall presence really sell that ruthless, weaponized Gamma vibe. Also, the articulation is quite good. So, whether you're a She-Hulk collector or just into savage-looking Marvel Legends, this one is definitely a must-have. And she pops hard next to the green and gray versions, and honestly adds a whole different energy to the lineup. Hasbro definitely cooked with this release, and it shows in hand. So let me know down in the comments what you think of Red She-Hulk and where she ranks for you. And as always, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and smash the subscribe button.